first live um, on YouTube, and thank you for joining on my channel. I wanted to come up here to talk about starting over and is it worth it? And for anyone who's coming in, thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. So, tonight I want to talk about starting over. And I see a lot of people on YouTube who are in their 40s and 50s and they are starting over. And when you talk about starting over, you talk about the new beginnings that is unfolding within your life. And so life come with so many challenges. So much stuff is happening in life. And so when you are destined to start over, there's so much things that you have in front of you and that you're trying to figure out. And many people who are starting over are so boggled down with trying to get their life together and how is it actually going to work out. And so tonight, I just wanted to come up and talk a little bit about starting over and how starting over is not always a bad thing. It's a good thing. When you look at so many people and how they have started over, it just, it amazes me as I see YouTube and I see all these 40-year-olds and 50-year-old people and they're starting over. I'm definitely encouraged to starting over. I myself was starting over at 44, going through a divorce and so forth. And so I moved to a different state. And so I had to find a job and I had to, find the ways and means of taking care of myself after being married for 10 years. And so looking for a home and trying to build your life back is challenging. It's hard. It's tough. It is definitely not something that I felt like I wanted to do at 40 years old. But I can say that in my starting over, I have learned so many things about myself. I cannot believe the things that I have learned about myself. I have learned how I can make myself happy. I start to see the happiness in the small things and I learned to appreciate the small things. I also found safety in just having conversations with God about the things that I want in my life and the people that I want in my life because sometimes in life we have people in our lives that tell us what we want to hear and not what we need to hear. And so I found safety in starting over and finding myself. Most of the times, we are so boggled down with life and all the things that are going through in life that we forget about the small things that we really like. I love adventure. I love going to the parks. I like taking walks in the park. I love adventure. And so I found comfort in going to the park. I found comfort in taking myself to the movies, getting my favorite coffee and reading a book. Those were the things that I found comfort in. And so I start to look back at my journey that started 7 months ago, and here I am 7 months, and I'm seeing my happiness day by day. Life is getting better day by day. So I'm here to encourage someone that it doesn't matter what they say, what they think, how they feel. If you know in your heart that starting over for you is what you want to do, I want to encourage you to go for it. Do it. And if you have the support of family and friends, that even makes it better. I have the support of my siblings and my parents. And so I've had a great support system. On the days that I'm crying, my sister's there with me. On the days when I need somebody to listen to, my mom is there. So I want to encourage somebody today who's starting over. Start over. It's okay. It's definitely okay. There's nothing wrong with starting over. New beginnings might seem, you might be a little afraid of doing it, but I'm telling you, new beginnings, new opportunities, new perspective. With my new beginning, I just started my YouTube channel and it's growing slowly but surely. But I'm encouraged to keep going because I never saw myself as doing this. And so if I didn't go through this struggle, I would never get the opportunity to talk to somebody about it. So if you are feeling like you are wanting to start over, if you want to move to a different state, do some research, take some time to, talk to your family about what you're going to do and take that leap of faith. I never thought that I was going to be able to survive and be okay. There were days when I cried, I was in bed, I was frustrated, I was anxious, and now look at me. I am doing great. I am progressing. I talk to my therapist, I'm able to release my feelings and all the things that I was scared about. I'm no longer afraid. So I just wanted to do a live tonight to talk to people about, are you planning on starting over? And if you start over, what are some of the techniques that help you while you were starting over? Did you have a support system? Is there something that I can help you with? I can talk to you about, I'm not selling anything. I don't have a business. I'm just open to talking to other people about starting over. And it's not, and letting you know that it's not that bad after all. Actually, this is my first live. I don't even know how I'm doing. So if you are listening and watching, can you please tell me how this is going? Because I have no clue. I'm doing this from my cell phone and I'm just going through it. But I just want to encourage somebody today to start over. It's not that bad. If you are 50, if you're 60, however old you are, you can start over. Nigel says, I'm doing okay. Thank you, Nigel. You can start over. There's nothing wrong with starting over. And new beginnings bring new opportunities and new things come about your life. You start meeting new people. You see life from a total different perspective because I moved from a different state. And now I'm able to meet people who are much more friendlier, who are open to helping me with the decisions that I'm making. I'm also a veteran, so they have veteran offices that help me with the struggles that I endure. And so there are places that and people who are willing to help you. Thank you, Ray. It's just amazing to see the amount of people who wrap their arms around me during the struggle. Everybody know that divorce is hard. You feel like you're dying. You feel like literally your world is crumbling down. But when I look back at myself from today compared to March, I am doing amazing. So I get up and I encourage myself every morning. I look in the mirror, I tell myself, you are loved, you are amazing, you can do this, and I just talk myself through the process. I go to the park, I do a good 4 mile walk in the morning, and then I read my book and I do things that I love. So if you are starting over, it's okay. And that's one of the things that I wasn't comfortable with. I was like, oh my God, at 40 years old, I have to start over? What? I'm supposed to be just living my life. But guess what? I heard a lot of people say that life begins at 40. That's true. You get a different perspective from life at 40. You do. You start to see things different. The things that used to matter to you no longer matter anymore. And so I just found comfort and safety in the fact that I'm starting over. I'm doing it the way I want to do, and I don't have to make any decisions with anybody else about the things that I love, the things that I want to do. Shout out Asian people. Shout me out, Asian people. So I'm able to do if I want to take a trip somewhere, I can take a trip somewhere and I don't have to worry about it. If I want to go to a concert, I can go to a concert and I find comfort in doing things that I never done before. It's just I never went to the movies by myself before. And now I get popcorn, I get Sour Patches, I get everything, and I go sit down and have me a good time. I go to the park by myself. I have coffee by myself. I do the things that I like to do, and I find happiness in doing it with myself. And I've been able to love myself more because oftentimes when you are in a relationship or you're married or whatever, you put yourself on the back burner. There's a lot of things that I wanted to do that I put on the back burner because I just didn't feel I put my family before me. And now I have the opportunity to do it and I love it. I take trips by myself. I go on a cruise by myself. Even driving down the street and blasting my music, I find comfort in that. So I just want to come on here tonight to talk about starting over and how it's not that bad after all. You are worth it. You are amazing. You are fine. You are going to do it. And guess what? Even with starting over, you're going to make some mistakes, but that doesn't mean that you stop. There's some decisions that I made, and I'm like, gosh, I'm starting over and I'm making, but guess what? I get up the next day and I keep going because you're not perfect. You're going to make mistakes and you're going to do some things, you know, that you don't feel is right or you want to do, but you keep going. You get up every day. And one of the things that I learned also is today is a new day. So what happened yesterday, it no longer matters. And so every day I wake up is definitely a new day. And that's how we have to embrace life. We can't take the things from yesterday over to today. And so that's one of the things that have kept me going, just starting over. And so I am on a journey to finding Tasha. I'm on a journey to enjoying Tasha. I'm on a journey to enjoy my life. And so I just started this whole YouTube thing about starting over. And I hope you guys come along with me as I share how starting over is for me, finding a home, finding a job, doing all this stuff, and just doing it. My brother said hi. Shout out for him. Hi. So that's what I'm definitely doing. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for listening. You have any questions, any comments that you have, you can surely ask, and I'll try to answer them the best way possible. But this is just my first live. And so I just wanted to come on for a little bit and encourage somebody who's starting over. And they might not see it tonight, they'll probably see it tomorrow or a different day. But if you're starting over, there's nothing wrong with that. It is okay. So thank you guys for joining. If nobody has a comment or a question, I'm new to this. Yes, starting over is the most intimidating when you're without Jesus Christ. Yeah, when you don't have God, you need God. You definitely do in the starting over. Hey, Darrison. Hey, you definitely I've been praying and asking God to helping me in making the right decisions. So you definitely God need God when you're making that decision of starting over. So guys, thank you very much for joining. We talked together on Miss Sylvia chat. Yes. How are you? Miss Sylvia is amazing. Yeah. So I'm new to this. I'm not a pro like Miss Sylvia. I tried to do this on my laptop, but I had to end up doing it on my phone because I had no clue of what I'm doing. So I'm sure when I look back at this live, I'm gonna be like, girl, what were you doing? But if you don't try it, you won't know. So this is my step, my first step on the journey of my YouTube channel and embracing the new. Believer in Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. And not sure when I'm going to do another live, but I will see you around soon. Have an amazing night.